Greetings, fellow adventurers. I'm your dungeon master, Douglas W.T. Smith, and welcome to the 8th session of EpicTales Enchanted Tomes. If this is your first time jumping onto here, please go back and watch the previous episodes and see where the characters came from, who they are, and what they're about to do, because there are some really big things that are starting to happen, and there was a lot of breadcrumbs and pebble stones that were left along the way to lead them up to this session and the continuing session. So please go back and listen to those previous ones if you haven't yet. So the links will be here and here. I just want to apologize to those that were watching the live stream because there were some connectivity issues that were out of my control. For some reason, my bit rates were just dropped to complete zero, which meant that the stream cut out and then reconnected a few minutes later, but the recording wasn't affected, so you won't see where that happened. But during the live stream, that definitely did happen, and I do want to apologize for it. But the recording was unaffected, and it still went as it was. I just want to mention there are some network issues as well with some of the players because they're not at their usual place of playing this Epic Tales and Enchanted Tomes, so their networks kind of cut in and out, and sometimes they're not as clear as it should be. But that's okay. We still managed to find out what they were trying to say during those times. It doesn't happen much, but please be mindful that we are pushing through that, and next week we'll be back to normal. So thank you again for being patient and staying online this long to listen and watch the next session of Epic Tales and Enchanted Tomes. Thank you and enjoy. Before we move on, I actually want to dish out. So everyone leveled up from last session to level 3, so that obviously unlocks some traits, abilities, special attacks, and Barraki, you do as well because you're obviously there. I'll just have to send Elena a message and say for her to do it.
Oh, I didn't realize that we leveled up to level 3.
Yep, so now we're up to level 3. So there should be some bonus stuff that you unlock or spell slots for you, I think. Elena. Yep, so I'll let you do that now. But before we do, does anyone want to give a bit of a recap to Barraki and remind him of what happened last session? If it's still clear in their mind, if they've been speaking to their therapist or a close friend, loved one, about what happened last session, to move on from it. Does anyone want to recap on the trauma?
Can you guys hear me now? I don't know.
Yep, we can hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yep. Finally. Yeah, wicked. Yeah. No, I'll give you a recap, Barraki. You will not fucking regret.
All right, let's hear it.
All right. So, I reckon. Right, it was a battle with the Harpys, and it wasn't even a proper battle. It was a battle of the minds, bro.
Yeah.
They sang one song, and like,
yeah,
3/4 of the party was charmed. And of course, you were right up the front trying to swing your big fucking yeehaw weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So you were the first one to start sucking on the toes.
Ah, lovely.
It was described as a fishy, salty taste. So I kind of thought you might have enjoyed it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
By the end of like, Vane was thoroughly disgusted on the inside. But she's probably going to seek therapy. Let's be real.
She's fine. She's a drow. They're pretty resilient.
No, apparently not.
They're used to trauma.
True. Well, Doldos got a good couple of licks in. So
It was disgusting.
And then he started making suggestions of other things with toes that we could all eat. So and his role suggests that he's got a foot fetish.
No, I don't.
I mean, you can go back on the game log, bro. Those rascals.
I was in hysterics listening to the session again, and just some of the roles that were being rolled by. So with each luring song of the harpy, I put the players in a charm and they had to succeed, and there were times where I think only Elena was the only one that was not charmed, and heavily wounded as well, with only 2 hit points remaining. And
it was only Elena and Uzan didn't suck toes. Everybody else sucked toes.
Yep.
and that was that was the whole session, just the battle of the harpies. That's it. Right. So
That's it.
yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, it was.
You killed one by splitting it in half with your choppy chop.
Yep.
And Vane finished the other one with like cutting off its legs and a slash to the something.
She seeked revenge. She was definitely wanted to try put wrongs right.
Oh, because charm would be like a charisma saving throw, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty solid nat 1 for that one for me.
Yeah, it was.
One.
I think you survived it maybe once, but you actually did get a nat 1 on one as well.
Yeah, you did too.
Yeah, you did. So, and that's why you were licking toes. So
thankfully, Uzan was rolling nat 20, so he was like, it was good for him and the harpy.
Goodness. I mean, look, prior to the event, I already planned I was going to try and drown one of them.
Well, I've added harpy legs to the list of weird things Uzan's collected.
Yeah, and it actually the one that the 4 of you are surrounded had actually fallen off the side from Vane cutting off the legs. Or that.
That's a bit of
Yeah, so that did fall into the water and just like disappear into the abyss ocean below. Not the abyss, but from surface you can't really see the depths of the water. But if you swim down, I'm sure you'll be able to find it there. So from here, you kind of you recoup, you regather your thoughts, and you still have the journal and the talisman with the 2 like fingers and the kind of hair sticking off it from the journal. Did you want me to read that passage again, or are you all okay with the remembering what the journal said, or did you want to have a look further in the journal, Elena?
Probably have a look further in the journal, see what other information's in there.
Yeah, can you do an investigation check for me, please?
Come on.
Nice. Also, who is Isadora Jinx Windwalker?
That's mine. I apologize.
Okay. I was like, someone's hacked our campaign because I cannot see this
that
character.
was me. Yeah, that was me by accident. I opened the character thing while in the midst of the campaign that I literally just one shot I had just played, and I guess connected.
That's okay. I was so confused. Okay, so Elena, you grab the journal and you notice also on you open the leather bound book and you flick through the pages and it's just like diary entries of them on the open water, kind of him describing the captain describing their journey from the mainland And there wasn't much on there, but what you do actually notice at the end of each journal, there is a symbol. So it's almost like a signature that's at the end of each journal, and it looks like a noose. So a bit of rope and a noose. That's kind of like almost you notice it as you flick through each journal page. It's a send-off signature style with a noose at the end of it, and you don't really find much else important that's gonna help you give you anything really, except for that last journal page. So from here, wait, did you say that did you want me to read the last journal page again, or are you happy with moving on from it? Or everyone? Because obviously you'll read it out to everyone.
I was not paying attention. I was leveling up. If you guys are good, I'll trust your judgment, and if you say do this, we'll do this. I was not paying attention.
Probably read it again because it has been a few weeks.
Yeah, and a lot has happened as well. So
A lot of foot looking.
So you open it back to the last page, and it's at the top. The 19 Tarsak is like the date of it. Our journey is ended, though I fear my own is to continue in the most horrible way imaginable. Compass Rose wrecked on a shoal south of Neverwinter. Many sailors perished with the initial impact, and Aleitha was gravely injured. As I tended her wounds, she clutched her talisman and breathed her soft prayers. I asked her what the talisman signified. She told me love. Her husband waits for her at Dragon's Rest, having pledged his service to the dragon there. The talisman is made from locks of their hair woven together as a promise to be reunited no matter what fate might befall them. It might have been a beautiful story had it not been Aleitha's gruesome end and the words of the prayer I heard as she breathed her last. For she was begging Orcus, the Prince of Undeath, to reunite her with her husband. I held her hands as the breath had left her, and I felt a horrible chill pass through her. Next I knew she was sinking her teeth into my neck. At the same moment, I heard moans begin to rise from the dead sailors all around us. What curse has she brought on us all? Already I feel a creeping chill overtaking my body. I secure her talisman with this book in my chest, in the hope that someone who comes after us may end this nightmare by bringing Aleitha's talisman to her husband. And then it's got the noose symbol after it. So from here, you're sitting on the ship there. What do you all want to do now?
Our cruise room and see if we can suss it out.
You're just cutting out. Sorry, what did you say?
Looking for a captain's room or like a cruise quarters. Suggest that to the whole.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just going to suggest that to everyone and do that.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm probably just keep an eye out for more Harpys because I don't want to lick them again.
I feel like this is going to be more zombies.
Well, I mean,
undead.
the session before last, I mean, I rocked up on my own and swam through the underside of the ship and had no confrontations.
I feel like it's got to be something.
So keep searching.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there doors where we are?
Yeah, so just a like north. So just right next to you, there's a door. So just there. There's a door. So there's like the little kind of notches that stick out from the wall. There's a door about 10 feet north of you there. And then on the other side as well, near Elena as well, over there. And then there's one near the dead harpy there.
How about we take a door, kick it open, and see what's inside?
What's the worst that'll happen?
So at least if there is something, we can all help each other or drag it all out and deal with it as a group.
Yeah. So who wants to go to what door?
Well, I guess Uzan's kicking in the door that he's at, and I'm just kind of chilling and watching him do that from the other door.
Yep. Okay.
Check out my token, by the way. You finally got one that's not see-through.
It's much nicer.
Yeah.
Very lucky.
It actually
Thank
is.
you, Doldos, for sending it to me.
So Uzan, you kick that door open, and let me just.
What do I see?
I'm about to show you.
Oh, wait a second.
So that just come through. So can you see what's in there?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you boot down the door crashes, and revealing two drowned sailors in that cabin there. One must have been one of quite luxury. The cabin was quite luxurious. A bookcase half collapsed holds waterlogged and disintegrated books and scrolls. The polished wood desk leans awkwardly on three legs. It has an ornate compass set in its center. The bed is covered in rotting bedding and sags in the middle. A jagged hole gapes in the floor beside the bed. Oh, sorry, no. Oh, I read the wrong one. Sorry. Yes, sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. Sorry. A long dead headless skeleton sits propped up against a counter to the right, but the galley is otherwise empty. Unless, did the skeleton just move?
Well, I hear no screaming, so I'm gonna go through the other door.
No, hang on a sec. There's a skeleton in this one. Hey, look at no toes. Get over here. And before anyone else can get close, I'm going to Eldritch Blast the fucking skeleton because I'm done with this shit. No toes this time.
What about the ribs?
So,
22 to hit.
So you, yes, you. The skeleton's. It's just a skeleton. There's not. It's not I guess a one that's able to get. It's not an undead fiend standing up, ready to fight. It's just like a skeleton. And you could still blast it, definitely, because you definitely hit it. But
Fuck. Yeah, I'm doing it. I don't care.
Just desecrate a body, why don't you?
I'm a warlock. I gotta do some evil shit from time to time. And I'm gonna aim for the leg, by the way.
So you call upon the energy to unleash this blast at this defenseless pile of bones, and it disintegrates the bones. It's just a pile, turns into a pile of ashes that's just sitting there in the corner now. And
just making sure
nothing comes from it. It's still an empty
cool
galley room.
So these like benches or are they beds on the map?
They are they're just like tables with. It almost looks like that's where they used to prepare meals, and those barrels in the corner there are open, and you can see there's nothing in there anymore. So
Can I just have a quick look at the tables?
yeah, of course. Can you roll an investigation, please?
30-20.
So on the table there are scattered knives, and on the knives there is some. It looks like some stain, like it would have been blood, but it's changed. The hue has changed in it. It's gone to a darker, like a darker red, almost like a maroon red. And then there's cutting boards, bowls that have been flipped over. And up in the corner there, where the pile of ashes of the skeleton now is, just like to your east there, on the table there are chopping boards, and there's not much on the table or in this room. Even in the tables behind you, like south of you as well, there's just like an assortment of kitchen tools and hand tools. There's
There's nothing useful, nothing working.
nothing useful to take and salvage from this abandoned house.
Can I inspect the barrels to find out what's in the barrels?
Yeah.
Do the barrels have alcohol?
So they already are cracked open, and you can just look in there and see that. Yeah, they're definitely empty.
Oh, unfortunate.
But you can see how long they've been sitting there for.
Yeah, they've been there a while.
Well,
or like they've been molding away.
Well, let's roll for investigation.
Investigation. Am I an intelligent creature? Not by any means. Hey, yo, I'm still smart enough. 13.
So as you look at the barrels, you kind of realize that the moss and on the sides of them around the cracks where they were, it's probably been about a week that they've been opened and been sitting there.
Ooh, nice and thick. Good.
And yeah, there's nothing else around the room apart from the pile of ash that was
Was the skeleton.
Possibly the chef, but we will never know.
Well, next room then?
Next room.
Yep. So the next room above, so just north.
Yeah, and we're going to ask Elena to come over here and help just in case.
Yep.
I'm going to up the door and say my turn, and I'm going to bash the cracks.
So you bash it down. You bash down this you bash it down with your axe, and the door flings down.
Yep.
And so on the ground in front of you there are three zombies. They're not. They're just there on the ground. You're looking at them, and I am going to. Oh, did not mean to do that. Had the wrong tool there. Sorry. They are on the ground. They're around the hole that's in the corner there. So, and there's a bookcase that's half collapsed, holds of waterlogged and disintegrated books and scrolls. The polished wood desk leans awkwardly on the thin legs and has an ornate compass set in its center. The bed is covered in rotting bed with the zombie lying on top of it, which I don't know why it's not showing on your map. If you move a little bit closer into the room, possibly you'll see it.
Maybe. No, not quite.
That's weird.
Well, I pop my head out and I just see Uzan and that, and I'll just ask, quick vote, do we set all three of them on fire right now, or do we fight them properly and maybe not burn the place down?
Well, I've fire resistance, so if there's something in there worth getting afterwards, I can always go back and get it.
Well, my
Same.
concern is more with the actual entire ship burning down with its contents.
Set it on fire.
Well, you know what?
I mean,
I'm
like,
feeling
how quick is the actually going to burn?
True. Nah. Don't be lazy. I'll go up to engage the orange one, or like walk up to it range.
Yeah.
I want to try and shove it into the hole, so I'll go under the ship.
Yep. So that hole it's actually, there's water lapping just probably about 5 foot below the floor surface there. So do you want to kick it in?
Yep, just boot him in, shove him in.
Yep. So the zombie actually doesn't resist it. It almost seems like they've turned into just undeads, not undead fiends, you know. And so you kick it in, and there's no resistance, nothing, and it just boom, 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 and it just sinks and just sinks into the water, all the way in. And did you want to be standing on the edge, looking down and seeing where it sinks to?
Look, I'm not personally concerned. I'm a shark. I could swim down at any time.
Yep.
And yeah, I just want to try and. Oh, the other two haven't reacted to me. Throwing one of them down.
No, none of them.
No?
It's almost as if something had happened, and they're just non-responsive to.
Cool.
To
well, I think I'll, since they're just non-responsive, I'll just go to the door and go to Uzan and just tell him to close the hatch to the lower deck for us. So that way they can't crawl up, and just, tell him that I'm just kicking all the three zombies into a hole into the ocean, just so they can stay down there for a bit while we search around.
Yeah, okay.
Fair enough. I'll close the hatch.
Yeah, so you walk
Hey,
over.
they're not resisting.
Yeah.
We don't really need to close the hatch.
Look, I think it, just in case they decide to become active and wander back up. No surprises. We'll hear them when they hit
Fair
the
enough.
door.
Yeah.
So Uzan, you walk over and lock up the hatch, and Barraki, you just keep kicking these zombies. They're like rolling across, like, and then falling into the hole and just sinking. They're just sinking into.
I'm kind of just assuming they're all just corpses at this point.
Yeah, they are. They're just corpses, and just the dead weight falling to the bottom of the ship.
Yep.
This should all be gone now.
Yeah.
Sorry, Zan, what was that? So in front of you is the wobbly desk and the Wait, are you talking? Sorry.
Yeah. Hang on.
Oh, and there he goes.
Technical.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Can we see what caused that hole? Is it from deterioration, or is there something there that made the hole happen?
You want to investigate the hole? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep. Can you roll an investigation check for me? Nice. So you look at the outside of the hole, like the splintered wood and stuff, and you can see that the edges are actually bowing down a bit, as if there was a heavy something heavy was on that part of the room that has caused the timber to break and just kind of the shape of it as well. From first glance, the naked eye, it looks like a kind of a random breakage in the wood to create the hole. But as you kneel down and look closer at it, it's almost like in a rectangle shape, with it bowing down at the crack. Sorry, at the edge of the hole. If that makes sense. And did I just lose everyone?
Hey, was that where I found the chest? I don't remember.
No, you found the chest. You found the chest in the northwest corner of the ship, but in the hull.
Yeah, in the hull, not underneath my quarters.
Yeah, because you swum it back up.
Yeah.
But if so yeah, you swum it from below, but you do realize that it's from that corner. Because
Yeah.
I'm going to assume Uzan would have passed on that information.
Maybe. We'll see.
Keep his cards close to his chest.
Alright, how's that?
Oh, we got him.
Warehouse.
There we go.
There we go.
Alright. Sorry, what did I miss?
Whole lot. What did you last hear is the question.
There was a rectangle thing in the floor. Rectangle shit through the floor. Sorry.
That's pretty much where it left off, and it was bowing down towards the edge of the hole. And then after you cut out Oh, that was Doldos that left us. Then, after you cut out, I said that you would have passed that information on to Barraki, and then he asked if that's where he found the chest, the captain's chest. But he found the captain's chest in the hull of the ship, in the northwest corner.
Well, then I guess we're just looking around for anything of any value. He's
Yeah.
already kicked the zombies out.
Yeah. So there's the the desks and the bookcases. Did you want to have a little investigation, a little peek?
Definitely.
Yep. Both of you can roll investigation check, please.
Yep.
And Elena, you're just standing on the other side, just watching these guys kick the zombies into the hole. Uzan close the hatch. Is there anything you want to do while they're scurrying around?
Let's just kind of chill and just keep watching them.
Yep. Yeah, it's a bit of a show.
Just chill.
So Uzan, you open the drawers, and in it you find the compass, and so you grab the compass off the desk and then open the drawer, and there's a little pouch in there with 50 gold pieces, and Barraki, you search the bookcases and you actually pull out one of the books, and as you pull out one of the books, a pack of it's like another little pouch, but it was kind of hidden behind a couple of the books there that were sticking out, and like a little pouch of cartographer's tools fall out, and
Cartographer's tools.
Yeah. So map.
Interesting.
That's map, isn't it? Yeah, map. Yep, the craft trade and
Yep.
artisan tools. Yep, cool. So yeah,
Oh,
you find that and you put that in your back pocket, and there's nothing else there.
I guess as well, I'll since Uzan did tell me apparently some rectangular thing dropped into the water below.
So are you giving?
Yeah, look, we'll jump down and we'll just check. Was it?
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Was it? Oh, I was gonna say, I mean, the corpses aren't flushing around and haven't come to life, so I think I'm just gonna drop into the water and investigate what the rectangular thing that collapsed underneath was. If it was just a bookcase or if it was a chest.
Okay. So you
just since.
I'm gonna move you.
Okay. Yeah, yep.
So then you can. So this is only going to be you that sees this. So you dive down into the first part, and did that just change? Oh, did you? So if you scroll to the bottom left, like zoom out of the map, and then
yeah, I'm just trying to.
Oh, you're all over there. That's right.
All right.
I don't have that. No. This is, like I said about this map. They've just organised it really.
Oh, there I am. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
I'm going to. Oh.
I cannot see anything.
Should be able to see now.
Oh, there you go. I can see something.
There we go. So, I'll just send you back up there.
Oh, is there a level below?
Yeah, so before you
Oh, I wasn't here. Oh, this checks out. Yes, 3 levels. Big brain. High intelligence barbarian.
So, as you descend into that lower deck there, you can feel the water is a little bit colder as you sink lower down, just as you sink beyond the surface. The layers of the ocean get colder. The around you, barrels and crates that are kind of floating and bobbing into the corners and moving around the water there. There is some kind of not a current, but there is movement of the water that's just bobbing around.
Yeah.
Not fast, but really slow. And yeah, that's kind of all you see around you. And obviously you got the stairs as well, just about 10-15 feet away from you to your east.
Yep.
Southeast there. Did you want to have, and you can't, because the stairs are going up to the main deck.
Yeah.
You can't see what's behind.
And the corpses, they're just floating in the water where I am?
Yes, sorry. No, they're not. No.
They're sunk down?
Yep, they sunk down.
I'll poke my head through, I'm assuming that's a hole in the floor, and just double check that they're still there and they haven't gone anywhere.
Yep.
You know, I guess if you just want to generically describe it and just say where the corpses are, and if there's a chest or a bookcase there.
Yeah, so actually no, you look down and you remember that space where you grabbed the chest from is very familiar, and you remember okay, and you kind of look back up and the hole where you came from, and you kind of start piecing things together of that hole in the ground to go to the hole is a very similar shape to the one above you, and the 3 zombies are kind of piled up on the ground there where you grabbed the chest from.
Sweet. Done deal. Well, I guess I'll just grab like 2 random barrels that are floating, only the floating barrels, and I'll walk up, take them over to the stairs and start walking up and just get to the locked door and start knocking.
Okay, so I'm going to move you to the stairs.
Yep.
So you can see on the other side there. And you've obviously got the mask that goes through it as well. And you've grabbed 2 of the crates and you got them under your arms against your ribs there. And are you kind of tapping with your head?
Yeah, I'm just slamming like one of the barrels on the wood and just imitating a knock.
Yeah, so like so Elena and Doldos, you're sitting right next to the hatch, and you hear this knock. What are you two? You know Doldos is...
open it?
Doldos will pick it with his hoofs and try to smash it open.
Okay.
You just lift it.
Yeah, because the latch isn't like a lock, as in with the combination. It was just a latch that kind of flicks over. If that makes sense, like one of those hook ones that hook into a hole, and it just
lock.
So Doldos
will just flick it open.
Yep.
And
say-
pull the door.
Open it and Barraki's
Pull it open.
Barraki like emerges from the lower deck with 2 barrels under his arms.
I'll walk up and with a big toothy grin, look at everyone and go, "We're going to be very drunk tonight, or we're going to be very disappointed."
And
Sweet. Open it up and let's find out.
Yeah, and I just drop 2 barrels on there, and yeah, I guess we'll crack one open.
you
1.
are you gonna do like a countdown thing to open it?
Nah, I'm just gonna crack it open.
I thought Uzan was gonna count down. Do it together.
Thought about it. Trust me.
So you crack the lids off both of them. How are you opening it, by the way?
I guess
Judo chop.
I probably do have a crowbar in my toolkit. I think I'll pry it open properly. The wasted grog
Smart.
is a wasted life.
Smart.
I think you do have. I'm just gonna double check, just for logistics wise. Unless you've.
Yeah,
If you don't, I do, and I'll throw it at you.
I imagine I do. I'm just on I'm on a laptop at the moment, so going through my stuff is very hard.
That's right.
That'll do. Or is it in my backpack? Forged into box. Actually. Cartography.
Do you have one?
I don't have a crowbar, but I have a shovel, so or I'll just get one if he'll probably throw it at me when I
pull out your shovel.
I do.
A shovel.
So
No,
Uzan and Oldo's just
Have a
both
crowbar.
walk over to him. Yeah.
and
Crowbar.
you
Crowbar?
Crowbar.
Alright.
wait. What was that? Sorry, Uzan.
Just gonna say, use both crowbars. I don't care.
Look, I'll take the first one that comes near me. So I guess Uzan maybe? I don't know who's closest to me.
We're in pretty much close proximity. So Evelyn.
Okay, cool. I'll take Doldos's one, and I will crack open one of the barrels and see what we got.
So you open the first one, and in the barrel there is like a liquid in there. It's like a murky. It doesn't look like water, but can you do an investigation check for me? Did you want to taste it to see what it was first, or did you?
I mean, does it smell bad?
Can you do an investigation check? Let's do it. Yeah, go.
Alright. I mean, that's at least a 9. And
you don't really notice a sour. You don't notice an off or sour scent to it. There's no real alarming scent that comes from the liquid.
Alright, I'll dip a finger in it and then like
Did he say dip a finger in it and then what?
it off my finger.
So you notice that it is, it's not water. It is an ale of. You don't know whereabouts this ale comes from, but you know it's alcoholic.
Yeah.
And that's all you
Can
need.
I?
That's all you need.
Can I do a history check to see if I know what ale it is from my travels? If I'm familiar with the taste.
Yep. Do a history
Cool. Still at neg one, but we'll do it. Hey yo, that is actually.
Wow.
I know what piss this is.
I was not expecting that. But
Clearly, I know my fucking drug.
so as you ponder on the just the smallest taste of it, you do actually realize this is from a homebrew family it's just out of Neverwinter. It's like a small fishing village, a fisherman's village, and you have spent some time there before, but they have like one of the leading breweries that supply most of their ale to Neverwinter. It is the Home Diggers ale, and you remember having a tankard of this on your journeys.
Yep. I remember it fondly.
Fondly, with and you actually remember.
Fondly?
Yep, you remember having that tankard and the golden liquid as you you're kind of closing your eyes, tasting that sweet one drop of it. It's giving flashbacks of you sitting in a buzzing tavern around your closest allies, sinking a couple of tankards, everyone in good spirits.
Sweet. Well, I turn to everyone and go, it's going to be a good night tonight. And then I'm going to, I guess, well, I don't
Put the
know.
lid back on, right?
Does anyone have a cup they would like to try before I reseal? Or are we not drinking on the job?
I'm not
I
much
mean,
of a drinker.
Got a quality test.
I remember the night, so it must be fine indeed.
Doldos has a distaste for alcohol, even though it never has agreed with him.
Yeah, we'll try.
So I'll keep out of this one.
Okay, so
Who's always gonna try it?
and Elena as well.
Yeah, I'll have.
I think I keep swapping back between Elena and Elena. I'm sorry. Which one?
So good.
Which one do you prefer? I think I asked you.
Elena.
Elena, okay. I thought so.
It's like Barraki and Barrakai. I didn't hear a word of that.
Yeah, neither did I.
Such confusing names we had.
It's that ale was going straight to him.
He's like swaying as he's pouring the cup to Elena and Uzan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Bottoms up.
yeah, you're good.
What's in the other barrel?
Oh yeah. Well, is there the barrel that I just opened? Is there an obvious brand on the barrel that it came from
The Moon Diggers.
that brewery?
Yeah, the Moon Diggers. So,
Yeah, got a obvious.
yeah, on the side of it, it does have the, it almost looks like a full moon and a crescent moon wrapping around it, and that's kind of
Okay.
the Moon Diggers brewery.
Well, does the other barrel have the same marking on it, or a
Yeah.
different one?
It does.
Or has the same marking?
Yep.
Sweet. 2 of them. Well, I guess I will just keep dragging out barrels and anything that's floating in the lower deck, since I'm pretty proficient at swimming around and retrieving all that, and just let everyone investigate the rest of the ship unless they want to join me.
Where, just out of curiosity, are you just leaving them on there, or are you going to try and put them on the boat? The rowboat?
I'm just gonna putting them on the deck.
Okay, yep.
Uzan's going to put him on the boat.
All right.
So if we got a bail, we're ready to go.
Yeah. Cool. Well, if Eleanor and that want to investigate the rest of the ship for a while and okay.
Yeah, cool.
Probably
So-
get off this.
I don't like being on this boat.
I
I
don't
would
want
like
lick
to
no
be
toes.
To be in dry land now.
Then help carry casks.
Cool. Well, I guess we're lifting all the cargo, as much as the cargo as we can steal from the hull.
Yeah. So on, so you've got 2 up there, and you've gone down and grabbed about 3 more, and you brought them up. You have grabbed 3 more, and as you're doing that, Uzan has put 2 of them on there, and the rowboat is, you can see it's starting to sway a little bit, but it's managing the weight. He starts putting the third one on there. It's still managing the weight, but you can see it's starting to put a little, like the water around the boat is starting to rise a bit higher towards the railings. You put the 4th one on there as well, and it rises that little bit higher to the railings.
Alright,
So you've got 4
let's
on
take
there.
them off. I've got rope. Yeah, let's take them off. We'll put them in a group, and I'll just tie them together with my rope.
Actually, is there a cargo net on the ship anywhere? They're all watertight and they all float, and I swim.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Well,
Just with a rope. But if there's a cargo net,
you didn't have a good look around in the hold when you're in there. You found the chest and swum it out, but you remember that there was still like another half of the hold that you didn't actually kind of swim around and look at. You swam around the outside of it.
Yep. Yeah, look, do you want to do a short-handed investigation of the whole ship and just say, I'll just swim around the whole ship and check for obvious things across all the levels and a cargo net so I can drag anything along with me?
Yep, let's do
well,
investigation.
the cargo hold was like fully underwater, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yep.
well, I can breathe underwater, so it's fine.
Yeah, just saying you're doing that alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
And
it'll
we'll
just be
check
easy.
out.
Best for me to check so that way there's nothing lethal in the waters.
And
'Cause I
we'll
can
check
fight.
these other 2 rooms.
Yep.
So Barraki, can you do a investigation check? And
Yep.
who's going to go over to what door?
You know how it is. You know, but-
Oh,
Yeah, I'll
that's
go for the other door.
And then good at the same.
So
Yeah.
Uzan, you've opened that door, and Elena, you've opened that door. So first, Uzan, you. Oh wait, what do? You do 14. Barraki, you are out swimming around. I've just moved you beyond,
Yeah.
and I'm just going to remove that. You can now see all that. And so, sorry, first Uzan. Where are you? In front of you, there's 6 double bunks line the edges of this cabin. Personal effects are strewn about the room, and a faded painted portrait hangs on one wall. In the portrait shows a kind of like a young couple smiling, and written across the bottom of it are Aleitha and Brastos, together forever. And that's
Uzan's going to call out. Does anyone know these names? What were they again?
Aleitha and Brastos.
Aleitha was the name in the journal, the love talisman that we have to take back to Dragon's Rest.
Well, then I'll tell everyone the portrait in here.
Yep. And Doldos, are you going to go in there? Elena, are you going to go before you go into that that hall where you see like the long table of the cabin that's with kind of like a mess, and the tables are flipped over and stuff and scattered about and broken glass? Did you want to go up to where Uzan's looking in the room?
No, probably jump in and have a look around in this room.
Okay.
Have a look around, see if there's anything useful, what's in there.
Yep. So apart from the broken glass and the crockery that's littered on the floor, there's nothing there. There's you start looking around. On the table there's tipped over tankards, and you can see the timber. The timber. I'm back to say sorry. Where's me? So on the table's actually starting to kind of decay and break apart. So there's nothing in this room of use, you can see.
Go over and have a look at the portrait.
Okay.
Yeah.
So while they're in that room, Barraki, you are swimming around, and you see the mast of the ship that's in the open water there, with parts of the mast, the sail, that's like flapping in the water and rising up and down with the ebbs of the waves, and the woods kind of the mast is sinking and floating as well. But you swim down also to the hold, which you can see perfectly well from where you were at the top of the main deck, and you start to see like big like dragon bones and rocks and that around the east end of the wreckage, and that opening there is some more crates that have crates that are wrapped in a net, kind of floating towards. I know on the sorry, if I scroll down in the actual hull there, they are floating. They're floating quite close to that opening that will eventually go up.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll grab the cargo net that's over them that they're floating in.
Yep.
And yeah, anything that's floating, I'll try and drag out with the net. But anything that isn't floating, I'm just gonna discard.
Yep. So some are floating, some's broken open. But they aren't netted. And the net that you have grabbed, it's those 4 crates that are in front of you there. The net's just wrapped around it, so you don't see much loose space on there.
Yep.
So, do you just grab that kind of bundle and
Yeah.
swing it back up with you?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just take that bundle of net up with me.
Yep.
We can come back for anything later if we really want.
Yep. So I'll swing you to the side there. So then you can jump onto the main deck. Should be able to, next to the Harpy there.
Cool.
And yep, so Doldos and Elena, you've gone in there. Are you gonna search this room?
Yeah.
Can you both please do a perception check?
Mm-hmm.
You don't really notice much in the room, like apart from the portrait and the beds that are messed around and stuff, but you don't really notice too much else that's happening in that room apart from the...
I put the portrait on our little rowboat already. That's not in there.
Oh, did you? Sorry, I didn't know you took it out. Sorry. Actually, can you go back into the...
No, that's on the boat.
Sorry, before... Can we rewind there? Can you... So you've walked up. So the portrait's actually to the far east of, like, above the, I guess, the second bed there against the wall.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Bearish?
Yep. So can you make a Constitution saving throw, please? So you've gone to take it off. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep. So
I was going to put it on the boat.
Yep. Can you make a Constitution saving throw, please?
Oh, you're joking. That went from a nat 20 to an 8.
And so as you've gone to take the painting off, 3 darts have flown out of the wall from above the... Oh, sorry, no, it's coming from where... So you've taken it off, and from where the painting was, 3 darts have hit you in one in each shoulder, and one's kind of hit you in the chest, taking 4 points of poison damage to you, and you've taken a couple of steps back, still holding the painting. You are...
Ouch.
You're not poisoned, but it's just poison damage from these darts.
Yeah. Oh, I got defense against cold and fire. But poison. Alright, so now I put the painting on the boat?
Yes, now you go off and you put the painting onto the boat. And as you do that, you see Barraki throw himself over the railing with this big thud of the crates. Or do you just swim? Actually, so do you just swim it around to the other side? That'd probably make more sense. Barraki.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, just swim up.
Yep. So sorry, as you're putting the painting in, Barraki has swum around the other side and shown you what you found. What he found.
All right. So are we going to bust them open now? Or do you want to do that later?
All the barrels.
I'm happy to throw barrels in your net, and let's just. I think we're done here, are we?
Yeah, we're just gonna load up the net with as many barrels as I can, and we'll just drag it along back to shore or back to the home base.
Well, if under water, I'll pull above water.
Hey,
Shouldn't take too long.
Doldus will question your vitality with 3 poisoned darts lodged in your chest, and saying maybe you should sit in the boat for this one, Uzan.
Why not? All right, fine. I'll sit in the boat. Barraki, you be right dragging that?
yeah, I am a very, very strong and young shark. I can do this.
All right, well, let's get out of Dodge.
Cool.
Cool.
And then I'm going to cast Create Bonfire on the mast, and let's get out of here.
So, yeah, if you want to, I don't know, summarize how many barrels we take with us.
So in that net you can only fit 8 barrels. So you did so you had the 5 originally at the top, and then to summarize it, you've gone back and grabbed 3 more.
Cool.
And, yeah, and Elena, you're in that room. Is there anything else you want to do before you're...
No, not really.
Yep. Cool. So you all get in the rowboat. And you have
Is everyone happy if I burn this boat down?
Dump all the barrels in the water.
Yeah. But yeah, are you guys happy if I burn the boat?
burn the
Go
boat.
for it.
I don't think it'll burn very well. I think it's pretty soaked.
Maybe the top half.
Maybe the top half. I don't know. Depends.
Get rid of the harpy body. It's bad memories. Let's get rid of it for the team.
Apparently, I might have some very good memories about it.
Huh?
Apparently, I enjoyed.
All right, we'll leave it and go then.
And,
all right, let's go.
All right.
And Elena, you've got the talisman and the journal still, don't you?
Yep.
Yep. Cool. So you all get in the rowboat and make your way back to Dragon's Rest. On your journey away, and obviously Vane has jumped in with you as well. So you've all got on the boat and also swum these barrels back, and you've arrived back at Dragon's Rest. As you've navigated, the seas weren't harsh, the waves weren't, the wind was actually there wasn't a breath of wind. The ocean was a lot calmer than on the ride in, and the tide has, by the time you've reached Dragon's Rest, you notice that it was lower than when you left. So you've gone from the high tide, and now it's going to the low tide. Okay. And you have all tied the rope up the boat at the docks there, and are you going to leave the ale in the water? What are you gonna do as you pull up to Dragon's Rest as well?
I mean,
We should make this like a home base sort of thing at the moment. So just bring it all with us. We can open the ale. We can have a look at the other crates.
yeah, I'll just
What do you
drag
reckon?
up. Oh, how many barrels do you think I can carry at one time in the net?
On land, maybe 5.
5, with my
Sure.
strength and my size.
If
Mhm.
Doldos helped, you'd probably do it.
Maybe 6 pushing it.
Yeah,
Just balance them all.
yeah.
Do you want
Harder
to
than
do an
that.
athletics check for me?
Do you want me to do? Well, does someone want to assist me?
Are you gonna try
Like wrap it up tight and then just carry the whole thing?
Yeah, of course.
Because, I mean-
Uzan will, but I thought Doldos would.
Yeah, so like me and Doldos will try and carry it up together.
Yep.
Since cargo net's realistically just a bunch of handles.
Whoops, didn't mean to roll
Arcana
that.
check.
Arcana.
Whoops.
Yes.
Yeah, look, that's a 23 for me.
So Doldos, you notice there's no magical presence in the
Rolling.
brewery. In the ale, sorry.
That'd be
There we
good.
go.
Well,
20.
yeah. That's more like it, Doldos.
Mate, I think we've run a lot faster than everyone else.
So you are dragging this this net full of ale, these barrels of ale, up with ease. Are you going towards a specific point? Where do you want to go?
Well, the I can't see them.
So the first
The
room,
storehouse.
the first room was, if from your memory, was Tarak's room, and he took that kobold in there from when the zombies did swarm up the stairs there. So you know that's because he said to you he was going to take him into his quarters and heal him. And from there, you haven't explored much of the rooms.
I feel like
I'll just because I know as a character, maybe Vane tells us where the storeroom is because she knows where it is.
So, you know what? I'm gonna. Yep. So Vane actually does remember that the fourth room from when you were walking up to go see Runara at the temple up the top. She had a sneak peek in the fourth room, and that's where all the crates and the storeroom is for the cloister of Dragon's Rest.
Alright. Well, I guess we'll go dump some of the barrels in there, or all the barrels in there.
Yeah. So you make your way up to the fourth room. And as you're making your way up, you see a winged kobold standing in front of the dragon statue that's in the middle of the pathway heading up. And the kobold looks at you. So you've started making your way up towards the storage room. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
A
So
winged kobold.
yeah. So she's standing. the kobold standing in front of the statue, and
I guess when I walk up to the swing kobold,
with the ale, lugging it with Doldos.
just
Sorry, what was that? I think you just cut out a little bit.
make a nod and just I guess since we're lugging everything, we'll just drop it in front of him.
The winged kobold looks at you and says, "Oh, this wasn't what I expected, but thank you. What I have come down here for you is Runara has asked to speak with all of you. Post haste." Kind of claps her hands and the wings shimmer for you to keep moving. Seems like
Okay.
yeah, the kobold is looking at you, a bit fidgety, kind of looking past you and fiddling with their fingers and yeah, looking quite agitated a little bit, but blinking rapidly. Yeah. Hurry! Don't make her wait!
Uzan hold up the portrait? Uzan wants to hold up the portrait and say, "Do you know this guy? Like, is he around?"
Because it was the couple. It was...
Yeah.
So you...
It wasn't Aleitha that died? So we're looking for the fella?
Yep, so you hold it up and you want to find something out. So can you do...
Yeah.
So are you there?
Yeah.
Yep. I'm just trying to think. The kobold looks at it and is kind of like twitching and like looking at you and looking at the photo and says, no, only kobolds are here. But Runara, show Runara, and Runara might know. Yes, but quick, don't make her wait. Please don't make the priestess wait.
Let's go see her.
Yep.
Well, I guess we'll go dump all the stuff into the storeroom.
We'll take the portrait though.
Oh yeah, well I'll dump all the stuff that me and Doldos are carrying in the storeroom, and then
Yeah. Elena, are you coming?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. So you all are making your way up the path, and as you pass, you see the doors are open and closed. The path gets narrower as I head all the way up to the temple, where Runara is standing in the southeast corner of the temple. Wait for you all to get up there. And as you all enter into the temple, Runara smiles at all of you, and as you approach her in the corner, she says, "I have something that I've been meaning to show you." And instantly there's a flash of lightning that strikes down, and this smoke just replaces the human that was before you. In a place, this this enormous bronze colored scaled dragon starts to stand up tall, looking down at you at 5 of you, because Vane is there as well. "Now you see me as I truly am," she says, tilting her head with an expression that might be a smile on a scaly face. "As you've discovered, this island has many old wounds, and I'm afraid the cycle of violence is starting again. And I have one more favor to ask you." And
Right.
I'll stand up with my axe and go, "Hey, up for a jolt tonight, honey. It's been a long day. Can we postpone this?"
"Oh, I'm not wanting to fight you. I'm here to tell you about these old wounds of Stormwreck Isles." And she kind of adjusts her wings, and she kind of they're not flapping. They're like almost as if the wings are wet and they're kind of shaking their wings. You've seen birds do that, but Runara is now doing that as she's getting comfortable, and she says to all of you, looking at all 4 of you, down at you, "According to legend, 2 families of dragons came into the being of the very first days of the world's creation. Bahamut, the noble platinum dragon, made the metallic dragons, and the cruel 5-headed Tiamat made the chromatic dragons. The metal and the chromatic dragons share a mutual animosity that originates in the enmity between Bahamut and Tiamat. The origin of Dragon's Rest is rooted into that animosity. Ages ago, a fire-breathing red dragon rampaged upon down the Sword Coast. 3 metallic dragons joined forces to battle Shuroth and imprisoned her beneath the ocean floor, believing seawater would quench her fire and keep her bound forever. But Shuroth's fury, legend says, caused the undersea volcanic activity that formed Stormwreck Isle. In all likelihood, Shuroth is long dead and entombed beneath the island, but chromatic dragons whisper that she still lives and will emerge one day from her prison." And as she's saying this to you, the smoke from her transformation is still lingering around the temple around you, and her voice is bellowing out of this long snout. And she says, "One fact is undeniable. The powerful magic embodied in such an ancient dragon has left a permanent mark on Stormwreck Isle, and that magic has drawn other dragons to the island throughout the centuries, making it a recurring battlefield in the conflict between chromatic and metal dragons, and several of those dragons have died here, each leaving behind a spiritual scar that causes these magical effects." And as she's also telling you this, the kobold in the corner, you can, Barraki, from where you are, you can see the kobold is down on hands and knees, kind of praising the Runara in her true form. However, closer to time, 100 years ago, a blue dragon tried to harness this destructive magic. I pleaded with him to abandon these schemes, and when he refused, I only had one option: adding one more grave to this island. But since that day, I have grown wary of my actions, and these wounds are a constant reminder of such conflict. So now, living as a human amongst these kobolds, I can only do one thing and try to forget the past, but the past keeps unforgivingly repeating itself. And with that, she actually transforms back into a human form. and the kobold, and like the smoke kind of reverses and starts sucking in towards the hind legs and the long claws of the Runara's dragon form, and sucking into it, and with like a snap, she's now standing in human form in front of you. So from here, she looks at all of you, and you kind of in a bit of shock. With you can see your eyes are all like wide open, staring at her. The one favor I ask of you is the Clifftop Observatory. It was in its heyday, it was a marvel of magical innovation, and the wizard that visited us wanted to do great things. However, when I battled that blue dragon, its ruin still lies there in memory. But with the attraction of recent months, another blue dragon has come to take over and reignite that magical innovation. And
So,
yep, sorry.
what do you want us to do?
Do you want us to kill a dragon?
That's... I couldn't have put it better myself. That's not only to eliminate this dragon, but stop history from repeating itself. And I am stricken too hard with grief to take on this blue dragon spark render, one of a descent of Runara. A descent of one of my ancient rivals.
So to stop the cycle, we should trap it, not kill it?
Well, what you... So what's the source of the powers?
Sorry, you asked.
Another dragon? Like...
So, you're asking what is the... Sorry, you cut out there.
What is it? Dragon? What is the source of the power? Is it a dragon? Is it bringing it?
Because Runara's really open to sharing information. I'm not gonna have to get you to do checks or anything on this. She says the wounds of the past still linger in the observatory. That Sparkrender is trying to claim that destructive magic. So it's in the observatory, not the dragon itself. However, though, 5 days before you arrived, a bronze dragon, Adron, came and visited me. And oh wait, sorry. Yeah, Adron came to visit me, and in good faith. However, Adron ran off to try destroy Sparkrender without any guiding, and with an attempt, Sparkrender had turned the bronze wormling against me. But Adron's hatred of chromatic dragons was stronger than his disagreement. Sparkrender had... I haven't seen Adron since, or Sparkrender, since 5 days ago. But I believe that Adron could be a key to accessing the Ancestry's power that's in the land.
Okay. Well, could you... I know it's probably not in the best interest as a dragon to disclose this information, but what elements are all these dragons, and what is their weaknesses, if you're willing to share?
Well, a blue dragon, and Runara looks at Elena. As a dragon boy, you would know that a blue dragon is sources from the lightning magical realm, and the bronze also dabbles in with the lightning, electricity, magic.
Cool. Don't like any of that. I like water.
Do you have a disadvantage against?
Oh, fuck with lightning. Oh, I don't have disadvantage against lightning, but I don't like it.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Being water folk. Shark folk. So.
Yeah. We used to play games as kids when storms used to come over the top of the ocean. You'd swim across the surface and try not to get shocked by lightning if it was striking the water.
And did they ever?
Smart game? No, not at all.
So Runara says that to Elena that yeah, they are, the blue and the bronze both are lightning, electricity based dragons. And you'd know that as well, Elena. You kind of look at Barraki and say, yeah, you could have just asked me that.
Yeah. That's a half dragon over here.
I know, and I have a full dragon, so...
That is fair.
I got this one, which I thought was going to pick a fight with me. You're not going to pick a fight with me.
Maybe.
Maybe one day you'll pick a fight with me.
Maybe.
Well.
So from here, Runara looks at all four of you. Do you want to embark on this next adventure of yours?
How does everyone feel about fighting it? Because she referred to the blue dragon as a dragon, and then the bronze one as a wormling? Or are they both wormlings?
Sorry, they're both wormlings. That's my bad.
Both wormlings? Okay, they're both wormlings. That's okay. That's good.
And one's a potential ally. Well, I don't want to say ally. Like, we don't know.
Yeah. Because the bronze wormling got charmed.
So she believed.
So she believes he got charmed.
Because it's been 5 days since Adron has left and hasn't returned, and they had a disagreement.
Oh, okay. Well, is close by that deal trade?
So did you just ask if it was close by?
Yeah, is there a neighboring island that we could trade that maybe we could trade the ale off for some wares before we go fight some wormlings?
Oh, sorry. When you were on your way over, this island is actually pretty isolated, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, but the where
What
you
about my skull shields? Can I ask about them?
oh
Because
that's
we gave them to she
that,
could make a shield or maybe two.
that's right. That was to yes, the kobold you gave them to him, didn't you?
Yeah, because
Hmm.
that's what she said to do.
Yep. And
Hello.
you go over
Yeah.
to the kobold that's in the corner there, and it was just the one. Did you hand both, or was there two?
Yeah, no, it was two. One was a fireworm skull, and one was a fume drake skull.
Yeah.
Yep, it was. Yep, cool.
Yes.
So, I just did a quick search of what I pictured the shield to be like, because I found one which I think fits it well. It's so as
Cool.
you go up and you ask the kobold in the corner about the dragon shield, and you're actually only really gone from the temple. It seems like a really long time and so much has happened, but it's only been about, I think the longest part of the journey was like from the boat over to the wreck and back. So you've probably gone about maybe 8 hours. 8 hours. So you've come back and you've asked the kobold, and the kobold's looked at you. Ah, yes. If you head to the crank down below, there's a room. Yes, a room where there's a tucked in little forge, and if you knock the crank 4 times, at the bottom of the crank, he'll hook on the shield and wind it up. Yes. That shall be all. Thank you. Good day. And the kobold kind of goes back and starts lighting the incense around the statue that's in the room. Did you
Going down to that crank, and I'm going to knock on it 4 times.
Yep. So the crank it's back near the dining room and the kitchen. It's like the like halfway up around the corner there on the path. So are you done speaking with Runara before you leave?
Unless we got to ask about that amulet and
Go find what's his face, the fella? I'm not on my computer. I can't remember his
again,
name.
Elena.
Aleitha's husband.
Husband.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I don't know.
I don't have
Brutus
it on my PC, so I don't have the notes.
Prometheus, Brutus.
Him? Are you after the like the captain? Is that who you're asking, or the?
The
No,
fella gave the herbal, did the fungus stuff with.
Oh, Tarek.
yeah.
No, that's it.
So are you gonna go speak to Tarek, or are you gonna are you gonna tell Runara about the talisman, or Tarek?
Well, the talisman was just a hair talisman, wasn't it? For Tarek? It wasn't anything.
It was a love talisman for Aleitha's husband.
I don't think it was Tarek.
Nah. Well, who's in the portrait?
The cap? Wait.
It was the cap.
No, because the names are on the portrait. If I look at the portrait, what are the names?
the names on the portrait are Aleitha and Brastos.
Brastos.
which are both humans.
And Brastos.
But maybe Lura knows Brastos?
Can you roll? And actually, no, she's still she's still in good faith. She's in really good faith. She says to you, so are you just asking about the husband? Is that all? Am I frozen?
Does she,
Oh, sorry.
you good?
Yeah, sorry. It just cut out.
No,
So-
just anything she knows about Aleitha and the husband.
Brastos.
Yeah.
That guy.
So if so you're gonna show the talisman and pretty much tell her everything about what you found at the shipwreck.
Yeah.
Runara
And
Runara takes a deep sigh and nods, and you can see that her eyes kind of look toward the ground. And yes, I remember Aleitha's husband Brastos. He died many years ago. He was laid to rest in the graveyard atop of the cliffs, just to the northern point of the island here, just northwest of Dragon's Rest. And she says to you, "Oh, a talisman. Where did you find that? In the journal that mentioned about the zombies?"
yeah. Yeah, we found it all together.
Well, only one thing could mean another, is that possibly that's Brastos' fingers and his hair. Maybe you need to return it to him. And that might seal the deal with the zombies returning and swarming onto Dragon's Rest.
That on the way to get. Let's do that.
Sorry?
If you got. If that's we'll do that straight away. We'll go take the amulet to his grave. We'll go knock on the crank.
Yeah.
And we'll head off.
Yeah, cool.
If
So-
everyone's cool with that.
Sounds good to me.
Cool. So the graveyard is outside of Dragon's Rest. It's it's to the northwest, but Runara says, it is just a quick stop off before you head over to the observatory, because that is in the same direction. If you go past the graveyard and keep following northwest, there should be a path that will lead over to the observatory. About about a 3-hour trek.
Crank, graveyard, observatory then.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Did you just want to have a rest or anything before you so you can go to the crank? Do you want to go to the crank now?
I do, because I'm curious to see these shields, man. Oh, shield.
I think a rest beforehand will probably be a good idea.
I mean, we can check because the crank is in the Dragon's Rest, isn't it?
Yep. And then you could
Yeah.
make base in one of the rooms if you like. and have a rest.
Yep.
Yep.
With some ale.
With some ale. So
What do
So I'll show you where the crank is, or can you see it? It's like it's down. Yeah, if you keep going, Uzan. That's the kitchen and stuff. And the table, so the dining room. And then that's the crank right there. I'll move you over there. There we are.
Sorry to interrupt, guys.
Yep.
I'm gonna clock off. I'm getting pretty tired.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you. I was just gonna finish up with the long rest anyway.
Okay, awesome. No worries. I'll see you guys next week.
Yep. See you next week. Thank you. Have a good week. Yep. So Uzan, you picked everything out. That's right. You go over to the crank. You knock her on it 4 times. So that's the crank there.
Yep.
And slowly, the crank was up. So are you gonna drop it down and then knock?
Yes.
Yeah.
If it's already up, then yeah, I'll drop it down and then knock.
Yep. So you drop it down. It splashes into the water, and then you knock on it, and the vibrations of the rope go down into it, and below from where you are, you're looking at straight cliff, and so you can see the rope that has fallen into the water, and it's quite high. It's about 120 feet, so it's really big drop. But from where you are, you see like this little black shadow kind of stick out, and you see the rope get tugged toward it, and it kind of starts unraveling again, like more line is being let out, and then it kind of stops, and it starts to slowly wind down like a free unwind, then stops, and it's starting to tug and move from side to side, and then it goes really still right next to you, and then it kind of pulls at it, but it's like a different kind of pull at it, not a free wheel spin to let the rope out, if that makes sense. It's like a purposeful pull on it, so it's these 4
Controlled.
Sorry.
Just say it's controlled now. It's
Yeah, it's controlled. So then you've grabbed the to stop because there is a bit of free unwinding happening as well with each tug. Do you stop it?
yeah.
And then what do you do with it?
So it's still down,
Yep, still down.
the crank.
Yep.
So
Wind it up. Did you say?
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, so you wind it up, and as you're, it's a lot heavier than you anticipated, and
Shit.
as you, can you roll just a basic strength check for me, please? Nice. So it takes you about 5 minutes for you to pull it up, but in that time, you really start to see this wide. It's not an oval. It's like an oval shape, but with a point at one side, and then like a horn coming out from each side. So, and as you start to wind it closer and closer, you stop, have a peer over to see what it is, because you're starting to get excited seeing what this thing is coming up. You peer over, and it's closer now, and you start to see on the front of it, looking up at you, is this skull, like looking up. The snout is directly looking up at you, with the horns coming out the top and sides of it. You wheel it up, you get it close to you, and as it comes over the edge, it's like probably up to your waist, just a little bit above your waist, and yeah, on either sides are bones from. They almost look like part of the teeth from the dragon, and then sticking out of it is the skull of it, and it's in the shape of like with a point, but the point is part of like the metallic grey, kind of that stormy color shield with the point at the bottom, and the skull sticking out the front of it. If that makes sense.
That sounds killer.
So with that, when you use it, you get a +3 to your AC, but it is a heavy armor, so it does have some weight to it. Which gives you a disadvantage if you're using it and or equipped and doing stealth checks.
I'm a 3 to AC. Dope though.
Sorry?
Definitely need it. I would definitely need it.
Yeah, I can't use it, so I'll give it to Elena and she can use it.
Yep, cool. Cool. Alright, so Elena, now you have this dragon skull shield. And now you're gonna go down and sink some ale and have a long rest.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, look, we'll just do that. Have a long rest, and we'll finish off everything else and go to this observatory.
Yep, cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so I am looking at the time as well. It's 9:38, so we'll finish on the long rest. So put that in on your character sheet, so all your spell slots, rages, replenish.
Got to sort out my level.
Yeah, and also make sure you sort out your levels, because you'll get more hit points as well.
Yeah.
So there is a vacant room, which is the second one, and also the third one as well. So I'll put all of you in there. So I'll put Vane in each one, and Doldos in there as well.
Extreme amounts of growth.
Did you say a third room is vacant?
Oh yeah, I just put Vane and Doldos in there as well.
Yep. Cool.
Yeah, cool. So, Barraki, you're in there now. You're all in there, huddled into the room. Cool. As you kick back, fill yourself some of the moon digger ale, and reminisce on your last voyage, and also anticipate on your next adventure. And that's it for session 8.
That's
Now we just have to fight some wormlings. That'd be good.
that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
The cleric that has a +3 saying, "Fuck you, you can't hit me."
Yeah, no, that should heaps better than I thought it was going to. So having a +3 on anyone is just killer at this point.
Yeah, especially the.
Oh yes.
What does it put your AC to?
18.
Oh, really?
Have you done your level 3 mods?
I see.
Yeah, I've done the level 3
Okay,
mods.
cool. Yeah. Yeah, awesome.
No better than the barbarian.
That's insane.
Whatever. Yep.
Alright, cool. Well, thanks again for another when the cleric has the 18 AC. Yes. At least this might prevent you from getting slashed up and leaving yourself with minimal health.
Yes.
Yes, look. Good stuff.
Alright, guys. Have a good week, and I'll see you next Sunday.
Yep. You
Yep,
too. Have
most
a good
definitely.
Week. Have a good week, everyone. Thank you.
Catch you guys.
Alright, see ya.
Awesome. See you guys next.
Bye.
See you next bye. Alright. Thank you for those that stuck around and watched, if they watched all the way to the end. I did notice that there was some things dropping out. I don't know why. I think that had a lot to do with my internet. I could see that my internet has a couple of bars less than normal. So I don't know what's going on there, and where I should have fast internet access for streaming. So hopefully it'll sort itself out. But yeah, thank you for sticking around and watching, and hopefully it was a bit definitely a lot slower to last session, but at least they got to explore the wreckage of Compass Rose and explore a bit more with finding out what was there, and yeah, getting some ale, which is really cool. Alright, well thanks again. Make sure you subscribe and follow to find out where the players go. Now they're going to be fighting some wormlings, which could be a pretty epic battle. So yeah, make sure you you're ready. You're locked in for next Sunday for the live session to see how it all unfolds at the observatory. Okay, thank you. Make sure you subscribe and see you next week. See you next time. Thank you. Bye.